Hi, everyone, and welcome to this week's Vendasta webinar. I'm coming from you right from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, Canada at Vendasta headquarters. We'll give people a few more minutes to join, and in the meantime, I'd love to know what your holiday plans are. I'm thinking of booking a last-minute getaway to maybe Calgary or Vancouver. How about you? Send me a chat. So actually, before we start this week's session, I want to remind everyone just quickly about our new webinar cadence. So in the past, we had a few sessions a week. Some were more sales focused, others were more focused on products, and it was kind of all over the place. And now we really have a renewed focus. We so appreciate all of the time you spend with us, and we want to make sure that it's as informative as possible. So every week on Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern, which is right now, you'll find us here. All the information you need is at vendasta.com/webinars. My name is Amy, and I'm here to talk to you today about the new video products we have in Marketplace. Marketplace is your single source of truth for all products that Vendasta offers. The Marketplace team, of which I'm proud to be a part, works really hard to bring together the best solutions and the best rates for you, our partners. As I hope you all know, access to Marketplace lives right in Partner Center. And every Marketplace product is really an avenue for you to make additional revenue. Now, a quick housekeeping item, before we get started. So as usual, these sessions are live, and we will have a Q&A at the very end. So if you think of questions during the presentation, please type them into the chat box, and they'll be answered towards the end. With that, let's talk about those 3 new video products we have. Here they are. You now have available to you these in Marketplace: your company video, news video, and a frequently asked questions video. First, let's talk a little bit about the vendor that's providing these services. Who's Videobolt? With me on the line, I have Brian Albert, founder and CEO of Videobolt. Brian, welcome, and thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you, Amy. It's great being here, and I hope we can walk everyone through the process today in an easy and informative way and get everyone started as quickly as possible.
Wonderful. So before we jump into the product, tell us a little bit about Videobolt.
So we built Videobolt after 9 years in business, working with thousands of small businesses across the US and Canada, helping them reach new customers online through short-form video. We focused mostly over the last 9 years on FAQ videos and news-style videos and introductory videos. We've produced more than 2,000 videos for thousands of customers. And Videobolt is really the culmination of years of work finding ways to make it easy for customers to buy video, driving down the price of video, increasing the quality and the speed at which we produce the video. So we built this web-based platform, this web-based, cloud-based platform that allows the customer, a business really of any size, to easily and quickly just point and click their way through the process, make all of their selections for the video, and choose their anchor or their spokesperson, their background, put their script in, choose their graphics, choose their professional voiceover. And it's condensed the typical pre-production, production, and post-production process from what used to be weeks or months into as little as 7 to 10 minutes, where you're spending the time on the website and you're making your selections and you're building your video. And we like to say if you've ever used something like Evite to send an invitation, or Constant Contact or MailChimp to send an email, you already know how to use Videobolt. It's that simple.
Wonderful. And a bit later on, Brian is going to show you all the process of really how easy it is in the dashboard to create the videos. So let's talk about the 3 products. The 3 video types fit perfectly into the content and experience stack. And let's start with the About Your Company video. So this allows a business to create a video to tell the world about their company, their product or products, or their services. This is a 1-minute video that uses a professional on-camera spokesperson in a business setting with things like custom graphics, announcer voiceovers, and even optional B-roll. So if there's video or images that the business is able to provide, these can be incorporated into that video. What I'm going to do now is show you guys an example of that video.
This opening voiceover will include your company's name, and you choose the image and text that appear on screen.
Hi, I'm Nick Schulman, one of the on-camera spokespeople here at Videobolt.com. This is an example of an Introduce Your Company video. Our Introduce Your Company videos begin and end with a professional voiceover. You select one of our voiceover artists and decide what they say. Then the spokesperson comes on screen. That's me. You can quickly, easily, and affordably produce Introduce Your Company videos to tell the world about your company, product, or service. Every website should have a video on the homepage. You can also use this video on YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn, and for email marketing. You can write a script up to 1 minute long to tell your company's story. You use our simple web-based platform to select everything in your video, including who will appear on camera in the video. Hope you choose me, as well as what your spokesperson will wear and what goes in the background. You can choose from thousands of images that we offer for the background, or upload a video or image of your business or your logo. All of the beautiful custom graphics include text and images that you choose from our library, or you can upload your own. Want the colors to match your brand? We have a full palette available. You can switch from blue to gold to red until you find something you like. Now let's take a look at some of the graphics that you can use in your video. These graphics can be used to highlight information about your company, product, or service, or for contact information. There are a few variations to choose from. You can also use a full screen text graphic for bullet points about your company or for anything that can be described in text. You can upload B-roll, which could be images or videos of your business, product, or service to help better illustrate your story.
You can even insert a soundbite from someone at your company or from a customer as a testimonial.
Get started now and use an Introduce Your Company video to help your business communicate more effectively with customers and prospects. Now, let's see the closing graphic and listen to the voiceover artist.
The closing voiceover can include a call to action and contact information for your business. You decide exactly what I say.
Wonderful, and there you go. That is the Your Company video, or an example of one. Let's move to the next one, frequently asked questions. This is a way to answer product questions, provide employee training, customer support, industry education, and so much more. Again, this is a 1-minute video that uses a professional on-camera spokesperson in a business-like setting to answer questions. There's a custom graphic at the beginning of the video that includes the question along with the company branding. A custom graphic at the end of the video also includes the company branding along with the CTA and contact information. So let's watch a frequently asked question video now.
Hi, I'm Tamika, one of the on-camera spokespeople here at Videobolt.com. This is an example of a frequently asked question video. You can quickly, easily, and affordably produce frequently asked question videos for product questions, employee training, customer support, or industry education. Then upload the videos to your website, YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn, and use them in email marketing campaigns. The videos start with a beautiful custom graphic that includes the question and your company's branding. They end with another custom graphic that has your branding, a call to action, and contact information. You can write a script up to 1 minute long to answer your company's questions. You use our simple web-based platform to select everything in your video, including who will appear on camera in your video, I hope you choose me, as well as what your spokesperson will wear and what goes in the background. Get started now and use FAQ videos to help your business communicate more effectively with customers and prospects.
And the third video that's offered through Videobolt in Marketplace is what we're going to call the news update or news style video. This is a great asset to accompany a press release, to send company or employee communications, or make announcements. Like the other two videos, it's also about 1 minute. It uses a professional on-camera spokesperson. There's a newsroom type setting with news style graphics the same voiceover, and if the business wants, B-roll footage if they have it. So again, video or images. And we'll show you a news update video.
This opening voiceover will include your company's name.
Hi, I'm Lauren Foreman, one of the on-camera spokespeople here at Videobolt.com. This is an example of a news update video. Our news update videos begin and end with a professional voiceover. You select one of our voiceover artists and decide what they say. Then the spokesperson comes on screen. That's me. You can quickly, easily, and affordably produce news update videos for press releases, company updates, employee communications, member announcements, blog posts, and more. Then upload the videos to your website, YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn, and use them in email marketing campaigns. You can write a script up to 1 minute long to tell your company's story. You use our simple web-based platform to select everything in your video, including who will appear on camera in the video, I hope you choose me, as well as what your spokesperson will wear and what goes into the background. You can choose one of our newsroom backgrounds, use your city, or any of the thousands of images that we offer. You can also upload your own image or video of your business or your logo. All of the beautiful custom graphics include text and images that you choose from our library, or you can upload your own. Want the colors to match your brand? We have a full palette available. You can switch from blue to gold to red until you find something you like. Now let's take a look at some of the graphics that you can use in your video. This is the over-the-shoulder graphic. We usually use this at the beginning of the video when the spokesperson is on camera for the first time. See this box over my shoulder? You choose the image and write the text. This is the quote graphic. Use it to bring attention to someone at your company and to showcase that person as an expert in their field. This is the lower third graphic. You can use this to highlight information about your company, product, or service, or for contact information. And this is the full screen text graphic. You use this to list bullet points about your company or for anything that can be described in text. This is the website graphic for sharing your website or social media address. You can upload B-roll, which could be images or videos of your business, product, or service to help better illustrate your story.
You can even insert a soundbite from someone at your company or from a customer as a testimonial.
Get started now and use news update videos to help your business communicate more effectively with customers and prospects. Now let's see the closing graphic and listen to the voiceover artist one more time.
The closing voiceover can include a call to action and contact information for your business. You decide exactly what I say.
Wonderful, and there we go. Those are the 3 types of videos available. So let's talk about how these products work. Once you activate one of them, either your company, news, or frequently asked questions in Partner Center, the dashboard is immediately available in your client's business center. The dashboard, which Brian is going to show shortly, is where you build the video. So you can select all custom aspects. Like we said, it includes things like the on-camera spokesperson, and it even can go down to the details of what they wear. Then the studio background, the graphics, the voiceover artist, and everything else that will make up the video is selected within the dashboard. One of the last steps is to add a script. So what are they going to be saying? And finally, the selected spokesperson will shoot that script in front of the selected background. The real kicker here, the best part in my opinion, is that the fully edited video with the custom graphics, with the script that was uploaded, with all of the selections that you or your SMB made, it's delivered within 2 business days. Just 2 business days. So let's confirm that again. How long does it really take? Once activated, the product dashboards are available in Business Center, and that's where the videos are created. And once the full order is placed, so once all those different selection criteria are made in the dashboard for, again, the script or what you want the person to wear, the completed video is provided in 2 business days. Now, all of this information that I'm going over is also available within the Marketplace product pages. So if you go in there and you take a look, this will all be a refresh to you. So let's get to the good stuff. What is the offer? What is the pricing? So the Your Company video is $249 per video. That is the wholesale cost to you, our partners. And you can sell that for anywhere from $349 or more. Depends on your vertical that you know best, the type of business you're selling to, but there's quite a bit of margin there for you. The news video is $299. Again, that's the wholesale cost to you, our partner. And you can start marking that up, you know, just beginning at $399. So again, a good $100 margin there for you, but you can definitely increase that amount. The FAQ video, that one is $199 per video, and you can sell that for upwards of $299. And those are the suggested retail prices, but again, you know your clients and your prospects better than we do. So right before Brian goes into the live demo of the dashboard, we wanted to show you one last video, and it really speaks to the value proposition of video in general and using Videobolt. So here we go.
Video for effective online marketing, branding, promotions, messaging, and advocacy. And videos with professional spokespeople are the best way to tell your business's story. Hi, I'm Lauren, one of the spokespeople here at Videobolt.com, the only website where you can get affordable business videos with professional spokespeople in just minutes. Let's see just how affordable it is. Say you wanted to produce a 1-minute video with a professional spokesperson, beautiful graphics, custom voiceovers, and all of the usual bells and whistles. Here's what it would cost. You'll spend at least $750 for the spokesperson's half-day rate. Add $1,000 for the studio rental. The videographer will set you back $500. Add another $700 each for the video editor and motion graphics designers, and $200 for the voiceover artist. Oh, and you also need to bring in someone for hair and makeup. That's $4 grand for a 1-minute video, and you'll usually wait a week or more for the finished product. With Videobolt.com, you get all of this for one amazing low price, and you'll get your video in as little as 1 hour. To get started, go to Videobolt.com, choose your spokesperson, upload a script, and select your graphics. It's that easy. Then watch your business grow with your own custom videos and professional spokespeople.
That was really well done. I think really speaks to the value of video. So now Brian's going to take us through a live demo of the dashboard. Brian, I'm going to pass the controls over to you.
Thank you. And once we get control of the screen here, I'll show you exactly how we built those 3 videos that we just saw. And just give me 1 second to accept this. Okay, and Amy, if you could just confirm that you see my screen, I'm showing the demo slide right now.
Yep, it looks perfect.
Perfect. And now I'm switching over to the marketplace, so you see that as well.
Yes, we do.
So what we're going to do here is we're going to essentially reverse engineer the 3 videos that we just saw, not the last video, the value proposition video, but the 3 demos, the FAQ video, the news update video, and the Your Company video, because we built those 3 videos using Videobolt. All 3 of those videos that showed how they would look were built using Videobolt in the marketplace. So first we're going to go to the FAQ video. That's the one that's the easiest. There's a few less steps with that video than the others. So once we're in the marketplace, we're just going to click on Videobolt Frequently Asked Questions, and that's going to bring us into the dashboard. And the first step when we get into the dashboard, and again, I'm showing you videos that you already saw that were already built, so you're going to see some selections that were already made. But this is the first page in here. This is where you're choosing your studio or your background. This is what's going to be behind the person who's on camera. For this particular video, we just chose one of these gradients. It's one of these solid backgrounds with a solid color, but it's got a gradient on it. We thought that that was the right look and feel for that particular video. One thing I want to stress is you can use anything in the background. You can choose from our library. You can upload your own. When you upload your own, it could be an image, it could be a logo, it could be a video. And when you see the news style video and you see the news background, and just jumping ahead a bit to the news video that we're going to walk through after we do this one, you can use the newsroom background or you can use any of the other ones. Same thing for the FAQ. For the FAQ, if you wanted to put a newsroom in the background, you could do that. For this particular one, I chose the Gradient Studio. So I'm going to click on that. That's the first step. The second thing that you're going to do is choose, well, which one do you want? And let me try to find the one that I actually chose for that video. And it's right here because you see the check mark. It's showing me the one that was selected. So I'll select that. The next step is you're choosing who you're going to put on camera to tell your business's story to the world. And we're going to scroll down here, and we've got about 24 selections, and we're constantly adding more people to the available options. And you see some of them are in color, some are in black and white. So we're guaranteeing for all Vendasta customers and their clients the 2-day turnaround time. So what you're seeing here is everybody who's going to be in the studio over the next 2 days, they're in color. This is constantly changing based on who's in the studio. And we're always bringing in new people. So we see some different choices in color here. For this video, we had actually used Tamika. She's not going to be in the studio for the next 2 days, so she's not shown as she's not shown in color here, so we can't actually select her. But what you're seeing is you're seeing them in front of your selected backdrop. So the video is really starting to come together in front of your eyes, and you get to see what it's going to look like. Now we can choose the Watch Example button, and that will show you what this person actually looks like and sounds like on camera, so you can get a really good feel for who you're selecting. So now right here, just so we can move ahead with the process, I'm going to choose someone else, even though we already built this video because we can't choose Tamika. So let me choose Katie for this video. So if I choose Katie, the next step is we're going to decide what is she going to wear on camera. And here are the options, everything from business suit to hoodie. A law firm might want a business suit. A tech startup might want a hoodie. Maybe a consulting firm wants the button-down shirt. You don't want the tie. There's 6 different options, 6 different styles. These are not the exact clothes that the presenters will be wearing on camera. This is the style. If there's a particular request that someone has, if, for example, you would like something that's not on this list and it's something reasonable, we would be glad to do it. You just hit the chat now button at the bottom and just let us know what your request is, and we'll just add that as a note in the database that a special request has been made. One example of a special request, we had a car dealership recently that was doing a promotion for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and they wanted the presenter to be wearing a pink shirt, so they just asked for that and we provided that. So again, as long as it's reasonable. Another example is if you've got a customer who wants us to wear their logo shirt, say you're doing videos for FedEx and you'd like the presenter to wear a FedEx shirt, overnight us the shirt and we'll have the presenter wear that shirt on camera. We're very flexible and we want to accommodate the customer and make sure that they get the look and feel that they want. So for this particular video, we chose the business suit, so I'll go ahead and click that. And then we're going right into the script. And this is the actual script that we used for that video. You can either type the script in here, you can type the script elsewhere and paste it in here. Really, that's up to you. If you get to this point and your script isn't ready, you can always come back. Everything you've done is saved. So you can leave the marketplace, go into Microsoft Word or whatever is your favorite app for writing text. You write your script and you come back and you paste it in here. For Vendasta customers, we're actually allowing videos up to 90 seconds. We're not going to be cutting them off at the 60-second. We do very strongly recommend the 60-second time because that's typically what works well for these types of business videos. But if you go a little longer, we're not going to charge extra for that. Right down here at the bottom of the script box, it's showing you how long your video is, and that's based on the average read time of our anchors. So once we're done, we hit save there, and the next step is we will get to review the script, and we can always go back and edit the script, or if we're good with that, we can go forward to the graphics. And one thing which I want to stress is that on the left side of the screen, this shows you all of your steps. Now, if we had started the presentation with a blank slate here, you would not see the word done next to each of these steps, but we'd already started them. But it shows you what you've done so far, what you still need to do, and you can always go back. You just jump back and forth between your different steps. Now, on this part, we're choosing which look and feel we want for the graphics of the FAQ video. For this particular video, we chose the light blue graphic. Now, this is the point at which sometimes we get people who start to have trouble visualizing, well, what's right for me? What's right for my business? That is when the chat now box at the bottom right of your screen becomes very helpful. And again, that's something you can click at any point in the process. If you need help with your video, if your clients need help with their video, just hit the chat now button, start the chat, and we're going to walk you through the process. We want to make this easy for you and your clients. And it's not just about helping you with the user interface. Maybe you're having trouble figuring out how the system works because it's your first time. It's also if you need some creative guidance. Remember, we've produced 200,000 videos over the last 9 years for thousands of companies. Our producers on staff understand what types of videos, what types of look and feel work well for different businesses. If you put a script in and you'd like us to put a set of eyes on it, we'd be glad to do that. Just hit the chat now button and we'll walk you through any part of the process with the user interface. We'll help you choose graphics. We'll provide suggestions if you need help understanding what visuals to provide. Even if you want to know who do we think would be the best anchor, the best spokesperson on camera to tell your story, just ask us. The other way to contact us very quickly and easily is just support@videobolt.com. And if you send us an email, we're very quick to answer, again, to walk you through the process. One thing which we will also do, and we're always available to do this, is if your first time or your first few times, you need us to jump on a screen sharing session and help you better understand how this whole process works, we'd be glad to do that. We can work together to build your first video for you. It would essentially be the same process as we're doing now, where it's screen sharing, but we're also having a conversation at the same time, and we're showing you essentially how your first video is going to be built. So now back to the dashboard here. The next step is we're choosing what images we want in the background of the opening graphic, and I believe it was this one. Actually, I don't remember which one it was, but let's just choose that one just to move this forward. So if we choose that graphic, that's going in the background, and you can put anything there. You can upload your own as well. And then this is the text. For an FAQ video, we typically put the question and the company name. You just do that right over here. And then when you're done, you hit next, and it brings you to the closing graphic. That was the opening graphic. That's going to run at the beginning of the video to show the question. And at the end, here we're previewing it. At the end, we're going to have the closing graphic that could have your contact information, your company name, your call to action. This is asking us what we want in the background. I'll just choose the same image as the open for some consistency. And here we're choosing the text. We have 7 lines of text, or 5 lines of text, plus the company name at the bottom. And everything is editable up until the end of the process. You can always go back. It's not just about choosing a different anchor or a different background. If you want to change the text, you preview it, you don't think it reads right, you can always change it. Now, if we're done here, there's 2 more steps that are optional. You can add a disclaimer to your video. Say you're a law firm or a financial professional, and there's regulations in your industry that require you to put some sort of written disclaimer on the video. You can click disclaimers, and you're going to tell us exactly what disclaimer you need, how you need it to be displayed, and what it should say. Same thing with pronunciations right down here. If you have a word or a name that's difficult to pronounce or is not obvious in how it will be pronounced, you just tell us here, you choose yes, and you're going to give us some instructions on what to say. That is the entire process for building the FAQ video. If I wasn't talking through the process, and my script was ready. And many businesses who do FAQ videos, they're taking the text FAQ from their website. So essentially the script is ready. If I wasn't walking through the process and I was just building this video based on my script being ready, it typically takes less than 7 minutes. When I'm done, I hit review video, and then it brings me to the review video page, where it's going to show me all of my selections. And this is where I get to confirm everything I've chosen. There's my background, the person I've chosen, the wardrobe style, the script, the graphics theme, the background images, the background or the text on the graphics, the disclaimer, and then if that's all good, I can hit send to production right here. If I want to go back and change anything, I can hit the edit button, and it's going to bring me back to the page where I will make those changes. If I think it's good, but I want a second eyes on it, second set of eyes, hit the chat now button and ask us what we think of the video, and we'll tell you beforehand. The other two videos, I'm not going to walk through the entire step-by-step process because a lot of them are very similar. I'll just show you where they are a little bit different than this type. So let's go to the news update first. And one thing which I want to highlight about both the news update and the Your Company video, they are somewhat similar in use cases. They're very different in style, in the look and feel of the graphics, but you could use them interchangeably for a lot of different use cases. So they both have things they're better for, but there's a lot of uses for both of those. It's not just for news, it's not just for introductions. You can use them in so many different ways. So this is the news update. So let me skip over the steps we've already done with the FAQ. We have at the beginning our studio. We did that. There's our anchor, wardrobe, script. Now for graphics, there's a little bit more to it because you have more graphics options. When you were watching that preview video of the news update, you saw you had the over-the-shoulder graphic, the lower third graphic, the optional full text graphic, or the quote graphic, or the closing graphic. And again, all of those graphics are optional. Some of the customers don't put a quote in. If you don't want a quote, you just skip that one and we won't use it. So here you get to preview, you get to actually build and preview all of the graphics. So this is the over-the-shoulder graphic that we had used right here for that particular video. And we put this image of someone typing with the text that says add your own image and text. If I wanted to edit that text, I just click edit. Same thing with the image. If I want to edit the image, I click edit image. And here you see the text. So let me go back to that review page because there's that page where you can review all of your graphics. And here they all are. It's very simple to edit the text, edit the images, and then when you're done, you just click next. One step that is not in the FAQ videos that's also in this type of video as well as the Your Company video is you heard that professional voiceover at the beginning and end. For this video, I believe it said, this is an example of a news update video. So you choose your voiceover artist. We have two choices to choose from. We have a male and a female that you can choose from, and you can listen to them. And I'll just click the beginning of this.
Hi, I'm Mike, one of the voiceover artists you can choose for your custom video. I can't wait to go into the studio to record your message. To choose me, just click the select button below my name. Then on the next page, write what you want me to say in your video. It's that simple.
So you can preview the two voices. So say we decided we wanted Mike, we click select. And you don't have to use the opening and closing voiceovers. If you just want to go right into the on-camera presenter, you can do that. If you just want the opening graphic without a voiceover, you can do that as well. On this page, we're actually typing what the voiceover artist is going to say. For the opening, we recommend 5 seconds or less. For the close, it's typically about 10 seconds, but you can go longer if you need to, if there's more, say, calls to action or contact information that you want to verbalize in the close. Once you're done with that step, we have B-roll. That's the visuals that you're showing. Now, to give you an example, and for this video, this particular video, I don't have it in here, but there's an example here if you're a realtor or if you're building a video for a realtor. The B-roll would be images or videos of the home that you're selling. So every realtor who's selling a home, they have images, they have walkthrough videos, they have all kinds of visuals. All they do is they click add images or add videos, they upload them, they add them to their video, and it's that simple. You can add a sound bite as well, and you saw that in the example. If you have a customer testimonial or a sound bite from someone at your business and you'd like to include it, my only recommendation is that if you're going to include a sound bite, it should be well shot. You can shoot good quality videos on an iPhone. You just want to make sure that the iPhone is stable and that the subject, if they're not using an external microphone, is close to the camera so that the audio is good and that it's well lit and you don't have backlighting that's blowing out the subject. And then right here, you've got the disclaimer and the pronunciations. And then again, when you're done, you get to review the video. And here you get to look at everything. And then when you're done, you just click send to production. And then once you click send to production, that's when the 2 days starts. And then within 2 business days, you'll have your video. Your company is almost exactly the same. So I'm going to skip most of these steps. You've got your studio, anchor, wardrobe, script, graphics. The graphics are a little bit different than the news update. This is really the main difference. You can see right there, it's a bit of a different look and feel. And you've got all different color choices, and I didn't show you that on the news update one, but for both of them, for news update and introduce your company, there's a lot of choices. If there's a color that you want and you don't see it here, just go in the chat box, send us either maybe a logo and say, here's my logo, I'd like the blue from my logo, or say, here's the color code that I would like to use, and we'll give you the same exact template, but with a custom color. And then after you do the graphics, again, you've got the voiceover, the B-roll, the soundbite, finalize with the disclaimers and the pronunciation, and then you renew or you review your video. That's the entire process. Very simple. And if you don't find it as simple as we do, hit the chat button, send an email to support@videobolt.com, and we will help you through the process. So that's the demo for the dashboard. Amy, is there anything you wanted to add before we go into the next few slides?
I think that was perfect. Thank you, Brian.
Perfect. So now we're going to talk about why video. So I'm sure most people on this webinar have heard that video is important. That's been out there for a while. We all know the importance of video, so I'm not going to go too deep into these stats, but we put this slide first because I really think this speaks so strongly to the opportunity here, especially for Vendasta customers that are going to be selling video to businesses, whether it's small businesses, medium businesses, and even large businesses. But this particular slide addresses the small and medium-sized businesses. So if you're selling video, here's how big the market is. So video marketing was a $135 billion industry in 2017. We don't need to really emphasize the magnitude of that. It's a huge number. But 90% of small and medium-sized businesses are not taking advantage of online video. What that means is that this is an untapped market. It's a huge market. It's a market that's necessary, but most small and medium-sized businesses don't yet put video online. They're not using video on their websites, on YouTube, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Instagram, on all social media, in email marketing campaigns. They're not doing it. And they are your potential customers, as well as the companies that are doing it already and see value in this. This is how big video has become. 57% of consumers say video gives them more confidence, whether they're purchasing a product, hiring a company for a service. Websites with video perform 53 times better on Google, 53 times more likely to end up on the first page of Google if you have video on your website, which leads to the question in the face of those stats, why would you not have video on your website? And if you look at every company that really understands marketing, understands how to reach customers online, they all have video. So if you don't, you always want to ask yourself, well, why do all the people who are succeeding, all the companies who are succeeding have video and I don't? What do they know that I don't? And they know these stats. adding a product video increases conversions by 80%. This one I love because most of the businesses that do video with us, they have amongst their best success on Facebook. And posts with Facebook are 7 times more likely to be shared and to be shown on a user's timeline if there's video in the post. And that number is going up. That was a stat, I think, from last year or from earlier this year. And we've seen such tremendous engagement and viewership numbers from our customers from the videos that are put on Facebook. And then, of course, in email marketing, videos or emails with video perform far better than emails without video. Small businesses, they need videos to succeed. These stats all speak to how big video is becoming, how important it is. The fact that most web traffic is video already in terms of the actual bandwidth being sent back and forth. YouTube being the #2 site. Facebook, we've all seen what happened. If you look at your own feed, it's almost all video at this point. It's becoming essentially a different type of version of YouTube. And the widespread adoption and penetration of mobile devices. And if you think about how much easier it is to watch a video on your mobile device than read text, that really speaks to how important it is to have your content in video. But here's where it gets interesting. Despite all those stats, most businesses are still using text instead of video to share their message with consumers. Why? It's because of the perception that quality video costs too much. Quality video production costs too much, and it does. We saw that video about the value proposition that we offer. And every time I watch those videos, I say to myself, you know what, maybe we should remake that video, because that $4,000 number and getting your video in 1 week, that's pie in the sky for most businesses. To produce a 1-minute video usually costs far more than that. And it's not just the real cost, it's the perception. Most businesses think that video costs a lot more than it does and than it should, and as a result, they don't do video. There's so many different types of content that businesses are putting online that would be far more effective with video, but they default to text because there's this built-in belief that they've held for years that I could never put that particular content into video because it wouldn't make any economic sense. There would be no ROI in that video. You have a lot of businesses that will spend $1,000 to put a video on the news wires, PR Newswire, Business Wire, or to put a press release, to put text, but they won't spend to produce a video version of that particular press release because they think it costs too much. They think, well, if I turn that press release into video, it'll cost me a couple $1,000. Not anymore. Not with Videobolt. So these are many of the potential uses for video, and this is not an exhaustive list. Really, any type of content that's in text can and should be in video because that's what the customer wants. That's what the audience wants. This is just an example of a lot of the different use cases that our customers have had success with. And don't read too much into the size of the text. This is not really a word map per se, where the bigger text means that it's a better use case. These are all great use cases. Press release, company updates, frequently asked questions, these all work. And it's for every industry. This is not just for small businesses, not just for medium businesses. It's for businesses of all sizes. And there's not a business, whether it's a for-profit business, a nonprofit business, an organization, that can't more effectively communicate with their customers through short-form video, especially at this price point. And we allow them to do it quickly. Again, think about that value proposition video where we talked about you're going to spend $4,000 for a 1-minute video and you're going to wait a week. It's more like you'll spend sometimes several times that, and you'll sometimes wait weeks or months. What I love about Videobolt, and I love about the fact that we've been able to get the process down to clicking your way through in just a few minutes, is that you can completely build your video and send it to production quicker than it would take you to go on LinkedIn and ask all your friends, who did you use for video production? And then a day later, when they all get back to you, and then a day later after you've called some of them and asked for a quote, what you found out is you would have spent thousands of dollars and you could have already had your video, because 2 days have passed by now. You would have had your video already if you went through Vendasta and used Videobolt. So now, why is this important? Because we talk a lot about the speed. The price is great, the quality is great, but the speed is very important. Businesses are concerned about speed. Sometimes when you have a message to get out, you want that message to get out. One of the many challenges with video, aside from the price, is by the time you produce your video, the message has gone stale. We allow you to produce the video quickly, so if you have something you need to say to the world right now, you'll get the video right now. And with that, I'm going to hand it over to Amy for the FAQs.
Perfect.
And I'm going to, I believe I have to share it back to you.
Yes, please.
There we go.
Okay. Let me just skip ahead here. Perfect, the FAQs. So before we go ahead and start answering your questions, I wanted to go through some of the more obvious ones that Brian and I had outlined. So the first one is, how is the video delivered? Brian, what format does Videobolt provide the final product in?
When we deliver the video, there are links to download both the MOV file, that's a QuickTime file, and the MP4 file. And there's also one thing that we're doing for all Vendasta customers, in addition to those two standard formats. And by the way, the typical file size is about 100 megabytes. Anyone on a standard business internet connection will download that video in less than a minute, sometimes about 15 or 20 seconds. So you just click the link, the video downloads, and you have it in either of those common formats. If the customer needs the video rendered out in a non-standard format, again, send an email to support@videobolt.com and we'll get that right back to them as quickly as possible. When they're on the page downloading the video, the other thing that they're going to get is there's something called an SRT file. That's a human-created closed captioning file, so that when you put the video on YouTube or Facebook, you upload the SRT file. It's a time-coded text file where the whole script is time-coded to the video. You upload that text file to YouTube, to Facebook, and that puts the closed captioning on. And that's really important, because it's not just about helping people who are hearing impaired, which is important for any business, but there are a lot of people, for whatever reason, who are watching videos without sound. They're in their office, they're in some place, their kid is their little baby sleeping on their lap. For whatever reason, they can't play the sound. And if you're giving them human-driven caption files, it puts the words on the screen automatically. YouTube does provide a computer-generated caption system, but it doesn't work very well. So we decided to go above and beyond and provide that caption file for all of our customers through Vendasta.
Wonderful. Thanks, Brian. The next question, this is a good one. So on average, how often do businesses that use your platform purchase these videos, or use each video how many times a month or in their lifetime?
So I'll speak through each of those individually. The FAQ videos, the average business that works with us that's doing FAQ videos is doing typically 12 to 25 and usually more. 12 to 25 is really the low range of the average. Now that's usually a lifetime, or I wouldn't say lifetime, that's an every couple of years number. Most businesses have FAQ pages on their website. What these businesses are doing is they're essentially turning every FAQ on their website into a video, into an individual video to put on their website to support the text that's already there. So really any FAQ that a business has, and this could be for sales FAQs, for support FAQs, for product FAQs, it could be for any purpose. You can put that on camera and having someone actually give the answer as opposed to making the customer read the answer. For the news update videos, which they're using for press releases, blog posts, announcements, all different purposes, the average customer is doing 1 to 4 a month. We have some customers that are doing more than a dozen a month. There's no shortage of use cases for that particular video. Now, the Your Company video, if you look at that specifically as a video that you're going to do to introduce your company, you probably only need one of that. But the other way to think about the Your Company product is it's a different style video that you can also use for the same purposes as the news update. And we have a lot of customers who do that, who want to do press releases, blog posts, announcements, other things on a regular basis, and they just like the style of Your Company, so they use that for that as well. And in that case, they're doing 1 to 4 a month.
Perfect. The next question is about the availability in terms of countries and languages. So Brian, this is correct, right? There's no country restrictions to use Videobolt products, but videos are available in English and Spanish with a bit of a longer turnaround time, right?
That is correct. English and Spanish. And in Spanish, there's a bit of a longer turnaround time. We will let the customer know when someone makes a request in Spanish. And right now, there's no place in the dashboard to say choose Spanish as an option. All they need to do is put in a Spanish script. And if we see a Spanish script, what we will do at that point is we will reach out to them and just let them know when we can get someone in the studio. We have, I believe, 3 or 4 of our current presenters are native Spanish speakers, but they're not in the studio every day. So again, if someone has a Spanish script that they'd like us to produce, they can hit the chat now button, and we can even have that conversation beforehand and try to find the best solution for them.
Wonderful. That sounds easy enough. I know we went through this, but just to reiterate, the videos are 1 minute in length because studies show that consumers prefer videos that are just around that a time box, but Videobolt is flexible. So if there's a video that ends up being about 75 seconds or 90 seconds, you guys will still go ahead and produce that, right, Brian?
Yes, and the reason we do that is because we found a lot of instances where someone will write a script that the system is timing as 60 seconds, or they read it out loud and they thought it was 60 seconds, and then we go in the studio and it's 70, 80, 90 seconds. We're not going to police that. We want to make it flexible. As long as it's in the range of less than 90 seconds, we will produce that for the same price.
Perfect. And so this is a good one, and this is the case with many of our marketplace products. Can you, as our partner, use these videos? Absolutely, you can. You could create videos, whether they're FAQ about your company or news style videos for your agency or your media company. So it's not just for your client. You could definitely take advantage of these as well for those great wholesale prices. All right, so now there's quite a few questions that came in, but I was able to answer some of them while Brian was going through the demo. So we're going to go on a quick hold for about 30 seconds here. So if there's any final questions that come through the chat, please type them in now, and we'll be back in 30 seconds to answer them. All right, so let's start with an easy one. I think we had a few people who might have joined a little late and missed the pricing, but we'll go through that one more time. So the Your Company video is $249 to you, our partners. There's lots of room for you to mark that up. The news video is $299, and the FAQ video is $199. So you'll see here the SRP we've added in, the suggested retail price, is very, it's a ballpark and it's very low, so it gives you a margin of about $100. But depending on the type of vertical or type of clients you're selling to, you have a lot of room to go, way higher than that even. Now, Brian, a question for you from someone in the group. In your experience with businesses using Videobolt, are many customers building event-type videos for email campaigns?
Absolutely. That's actually one of the largest use cases. We have a lot of customers who are country clubs who are using them for internal member communications, email campaigns to their members, specifically for events. And there's a lot of use cases with that for event marketing. And it's not just country clubs. We have some organizations that do events, whether it be webinars, seminars, conferences, that are using them to promote that. And what's great about this is a lot of businesses will see the stats like 96% higher click-through rate for an email that has video. But then what they'll say is, well, that sounds great, but I can't afford to produce a video for every single email campaign that I'm doing. It just doesn't make sense. At this price point, it does. Because if you've got a strong email list and you've got an event you're promoting, to add a couple $100 to the cost of the marketing of that campaign and potentially double the click-through rate on your email absolutely is worth it. And that's what we're finding with our customers.
Wonderful. A good question, another one for you, Brian, is are there different age groups of, the spokespeople? Let's say for some reason using a younger actor or a child would work better for that company. Is that possible?
It's an interesting question. So up until you said the word child, my answer was going to be we do have people in all age groups, and we're continuously adding different spokespeople, and we try to balance different age groups. If the customer has a specific age group that they would like, and they don't see that person on our page, definitely let us know, because we can bring people in specifically for a particular customer, and then hopefully that person becomes part of the entire offering. But in terms of children, we don't have that right now. If a customer wants a child, I would say they should reach out to us, and we can speak more about their needs. And there are options there. The main reason we haven't gone that route yet, and aside from being the founder of this company and our Chief Technology Officer as well as CEO, I'm also a former employment lawyer, and the reason we haven't gone that route is it's just a little bit of a hassle employing children. But if the customer has a use case for that and feels that it would be valuable, I'd be glad to discuss it with them, and we can see what we can do.
Perfect. Thank you, Ryan. All right, so we are nearing the end of our session here. 1 minute left. Those are excellent questions. If there's any that we didn't get to, I will personally reach out to you along with your partner success manager. So we hope you found this webinar helpful. What are the next steps? Go into Marketplace and enable these products. Build them into a package, whether it's a standalone or a bundle, so you can showcase them in your store. Oops. And if you have any questions along the way, we're here for you. Your partner success managers, the Videobolt team, we're all here to help you sell these products. Brian, thank you so much for being on with us. Your insights were fantastic, and we're so excited to have Videobolt in Marketplace.
Thank you, Amy. I'm glad I could help today, and hopefully we'll be speaking with a lot of your customers going forward.
My name is Amy, and it was a pleasure hosting you all today. If you ever have any questions about webinars, Marketplace, or really anything Vendasta related, I'd love to hear from you. Our webinars will be on hiatus for the holidays and will begin again in the new year. So happy holidays, everyone, and I'll speak to you again in January. Thanks, Brian.